The Adventure of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain. Longman Simplified English Series. Read by Narumon Pansamrong. Chapter 2. The Face is Whitewashed. Saturday morning had come and all the world was bright and fresh. There was a song in every heart, cheerfulness in every face, and a spring in every step. Tom appeared on the pavement with a bucket of whitewash and a long-handled brush. He regarded the fence thoughtfully, and his heart was filled with despair. 30 yards of fence, 9 feet high. It seemed to him that life was not worth living and that existence was only a burden. Sighing, he dipped his brush into the bucket and passed it along the topmost board. Repeat the operation. This is again compared. This trifling whitewash strip with an immensity of unwhitewashed fence, and sit down on the box this tourist. Jim came dancing out at the gate with the bucket singing. Before this, breaking water for the town. Pub has always been helpful. Work in town opinions, but now it did not seem so. He remembered that there was company, that the pub boy and girl were always there, waiting their turns, resting, exchanging playthings, quarreling, fighting, and fooling about. He remembers that although the pump was only 150 years away, Jim never got back with a bucket of water in less than an hour. Even then somebody centenary has got to after him. I said, Jim, said Tom, I will fetch the water if you whitewash a bit. Jim shook his head. I can't, muttered Tom. The mystery told me not to stay fooling about with anyone. Oh, never mind what he said, Jim. Give me the bucket. I won't be a minute. She won't now. Oh, I daren't, Master Tom. She would tear my head off. She was ready. She never hurts anybody. She just gives them a little slap. And who cares about what? Jim, I will give you a marble. Jim was only human. This temptation was too much for him. He put down the bucket and took the marbles. In another minute, he was flying down the street with the bucket. Tom was whitewashed energetically. An unpolished was running to the house with a slipper in her hand and a triumphant gleam in her eyes. But Tom's energy did not last. He began to think of the fun he had planned for this day. Soon he thought the three boys would come hurrying along on all sorts of delightful trips, and they would laugh at him for having to work. The airy thought of it burned him like fire. He got out and examined his worried wealth. Its consisted of bits of toys, marbles, and garbage, and was not enough to buy even half an hour of poor freedom. At this dark, and homeless moment he has an idea, a glorious idea. Hi, you in trouble, aren't you? There was no answer. Tom regarded his last task with the eye of an ascetic. Then he branched another gentle sweep and inspected the resource as before bent came near. Tom's mouth watered for the apple, but he shrugged off his work. "Hello, Tom," said Ben. "You had to work." "Why, it's you, Ben. I did notice you. I say, I am going swimming. Don't you wish you?" Tom's mouth watered for the apple, but he struck to his work. "Hello, Tom," said Ben. "You have to work." "Why, it's you, Ben. I did notice you. I say, I'm going swimming. Don't you wish you could come?" "But of course you're great. But of course you'd rather work, wouldn't you?" "Of course you would." Tom eyed the boy thoughtfully. "What do you call work?" "Why, see, that's work." "But of course you'd rather work, wouldn't you?" "Of course you would." Tom eyed the boy thoughtfully. "What do you call work?" "Why, isn't what work?" Ben has never thought of this before. He took a bit out of this apple. Tom swept his brush article to and fro. Then he stepped back to nose the effort he aimed to touch her, and there, and criticized the effect again. Ben was watching every move and getting more and more interested. Then he stepped back to note the effort he had attached her, and there, and criticized the effort again. Ben was watching every move and getting more and more interested. No, you see, Aunt Polly every particular about this fence. It's feeling the streak, you know. If it was the black fence, I wouldn't mind, and she wouldn't. Yes, she every particular about this fence. I must be done very carefully. Ben, I dislike to ready, but Aunt Polly wouldn't like it. Jim wanted to do it, but she would let him. Sis wanted to do it, but she wouldn't let sis. Now, don't you see that? I'm responsible. If you stand to whitewash this fence and anything went wrong, I don't think there's one boy in 1,000, perhaps 2,000, who can do it in the way it had to be done. Tom gave up the branch with unwillingness. Is that so? How interesting. Let me just try. Only just a little. I did let you, if you were me, Tom. Oh, no sense. I will be very careful. No, let me try. I say, I will give you may happen when I have nearly finished it. Well, no, Ben, I mustn't. I am afraid I will give you all of it. Tom gave up the brush with unwillingness. In his face was eagerness. In his heart, while Ben worked and squatted in the sun, the retired Aztec sat on the barrel in the sands close by, eat his apple, and planned to downfall the more innocent with times. By the middle of the afternoon, Tom was wealthy. He has, besides the things mentioned above, 12 marbles, a pair of spectacles without glasses. By the middle of the afternoon, Tom was telling he had, besides the things mentioned above, 12 marbles, a pair of spectacles without glasses. If he has not run short of whitewash, he would have stripped every boy in the village of his proudest position. By the time Ben was tried out, Tom has promised the next year to building Fisher for a kite in good repair. Tom said to himself that life was worth living after all. He has discovered, without knowing it, this great law of human actions. In order to make a man or a boy desire a thing, it is only necessary to make the thing difficult to obtain. Tom says to himself that life was worth living after all. He has discovered, without knowing it, this great law of human actions. In order to make a man or a boy desire a thing, it is only necessary to make the thing difficult to obtain. Tom said to himself that life was worth living after all. He has discovered, without knowing it, a piece of blue bottle glass to look through, a key that would not unlock anything, a piece of chalk, a tin solder, two tiny frogs, a little cat with only one eye, a brush door handle, a dog collar, the handle of a knife, and an old window frame. Tom said to himself that life was worth living after all. He has discovered, without knowing it, its great law of human actions. In order to make a man or a boy desire a thing, this is only necessary to make the thing difficult to obtain.